All right, good afternoon, everybody. So it is June, middle of June here, and it is getting hot. So I just wanted to do another little video here on some stone fruit that are ripening up now a little bit later than the usual stone fruit. And these are kind of some of the weird ones, or the one-off ones that you wouldn't normally maybe see down here in Phoenix. And the first one I'm going to start with here is this Stark Saturn Donut Peach. That's a mouthful. And this tree is completely loaded up this year. This is a larger tree and hasn't been super productive in years past, but we got a little bit of a cold spell this year, so this one's got quite a bit of fruit on him. Let me see if I can back up so you guys can see the size of the tree. I mean, it's quite a large tree. It's a shade tree now. It goes way up above the canopy there. And you can see he's got a lot of fruit on him. Just have to kind of zoom in there, bowing all these branches over now. And man, that is a really good peach. So that's a Stark Saturn Donut Peach. And like all the other peach trees around my yard, they're pretty much the shade trees, and they'll give you a nice big canopy if you want. You can kind of see another peach tree back there in the background. Back there is also a shade tree. So I'm going to kind of turn over here and I'm going to go back through this stuff, and I'm going to talk about another peach tree. So this is now is a 2-in-1 peach tree. It started out as a 3-in-1 peach tree. I got this from Lowe's one year just to see what it would do, and it's a pretty good size peach tree now too. And you can see it's up above my garage, and it's kind of bowing both directions there because it's got fruit on both branches. So the third one didn't make it. The third one died, as does often happen on these multi-graft trees when you have 3 grafted to 1. Usually 1 takes priority or 2 will take priority, and it's really hard to keep the 1. But the 1 was a really high chill hour. I can't remember what it was, but it was like 1,000 chill hours. And then this is a Strawberry Freestone, which just sounded awesome when I bought it, but it's like 600 chill hours or something really high. This is the Strawberry Freestone White Peach. So it just sounded like an awesome peach. And then this other side is a white Babcock peach. And I've had this peach before. It's a really good peach too. It's kind of like a mid-season peach. They're starting to swell up there a little bit, get some size to them. This is like the secondary white peach after the Tropic Snow. The Tropic Snow is the early ripening white peach. So this is a 2-in-1. So this one I didn't think would fruit this year, or I didn't think would maybe ever fruit. I mean, the Babcock side has fruited before, but I didn't think the Strawberry Freestone side would actually end up fruiting. And man, it's got a lot on there, because you can see it's really bent over from the weight of the fruit that's up there and up there over my garage. Kind of goes both directions there. So it's a kind of a tall tree too. But I didn't think this one would fruit because of the high chill hours, but we got some good cold this year. I didn't get 600 hours. I only got about 300 hours. But I have a feeling that eventually they just end up fruiting, because I don't think it was the cold necessarily that gave it the fruit this year. Because I mean, if we turn around, like right behind me, there's like Barbados cherries that are fruiting and flowering. They didn't get any freeze at all. I've got mangoes that are right behind me, right over here, right next to it. I've got Kerry mangoes growing, and they didn't freeze. None of these other mango trees froze. So it couldn't have got cold enough to where it registered that many chill hours to this fruit tree, especially this side, to where it didn't wipe out the mangoes that were sitting right next to it. So something else is going on here. I mean, I think they just eventually end up fruiting. They just build up hormones for fruiting, and eventually they just have to release them, whether they've gotten the chill hours that they need or not. Because if this got 600 chill hours, which it didn't, it only got 300, then that would have definitely decimated this mango tree that was right next to it, and it wouldn't have fruit on it right now, and it wouldn't have new growth on it right now. So I have a feeling that they just adapt, and over time they're just going to fruit for you, even if they are a high chill fruit. So let's go over this last one here, and this is a bagel peach, and this is probably one of my favorite fruits now, because it's a white peach, and oh my gosh, is it delicious. And it's super productive. I mean, you can see how many peaches are on this little tiny tree. It's just completely bowed over. Look at this. Like, look at this branch right here. Look at those. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous peaches. The birds are starting to get to some of these now, so I'm going to get out here and be pretty vigilant on this. But this isn't a very big tree. You can see here it's only about an inch, but it's grown up about, I don't know, way above my reach, so 10 feet probably, and just completely full of fruit this year. I had no idea that this tree was going to do this. It's like bowing over onto my mango trees. That's a good sized mango. Anyway, so stone fruits, these are kind of your last ones that I would do. Later ones that I would do, I wouldn't go any later because they'll start to cook on the tree. This is probably about the latest varieties that you're wanting, but I just wanted to show you guys that these were successful, and that I got these 4 stone fruits to fruit back here even without the chill hours, because you saw that, I mean, all these other mango trees and sensitive tropicals, they didn't freeze at all, so it just doesn't equate. So something else is going on there. We're definitely getting these to fruit even when they're not supposed to be. All right, guys, so that's 4 different stone fruits for you. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I hope you go out and get a different variety and selection of stone fruits instead of getting the same old boring ones. I know we talk about the same ones a lot: Florida Prince Peach, Tropic Snow White Peach, but there's just so many out there, and if they'll fruit, like, why not get them? And you guys will have a little bit of an extended season. And I'll tell you, these little flat ones, like, these ones are cool. These things are cool, and they'll get big. I mean, these are really good size. Some of these are pretty good sized. So I'm very happy with the production on these trees. So that'll give you guys a little bit more of a variety and open up the wheelhouse for some more stone fruits, because there's so many. I mean, I'm telling you guys, I have probably, oh God, probably at least 20 different peaches here alone. I mean, they're my favorite. Now I've gotten into the nectarines. I've got a bunch of nectarines, a bunch of apriums, a bunch of apricots, plums, plumcots, pluots. I've got a nectoplum. I mean, the list goes on, guys. So you could just fill your yard full of stone fruits and know that they will become a nice big shade tree if you want them to, real quick. I mean, this isn't a very old tree. This is like maybe a 1.5 to 2 year old in the ground from a little thing that was bought almost dead. So just let you guys know you can do it. Just give them a little bit of love, a little bit of afternoon shade, lots of water. I mean, I think that's one thing that people skip out on their stone fruits. All right, guys, I think that might be it. Any questions or comments, put those below, and I'll try to get to those on your stone fruits, because I think these are very important. Next series of videos will probably be starting to get into like the mangoes and like more of the tropical fruits, because those guys are coming on next. And that'll probably wrap up the stone fruits for the year. All right, guys, thank you for watching.